Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I am filming this during a live. So behind the scenes, yes, that is the chaos that we all know and love. So why not? But that is not why I am sat here today. I'm about to do my birthday book haul part 2. Because all the books has finally arrived and we need this. It's been like a month and a half since my actual birthday. We don't care about that. I'm slightly distracted by the fact that there's also a webcam over on that side actually being live. So this shall be a very interesting video. I have 22 minutes until the sprint is over and I'm supposed to be live again and not in front of you. Where do we even begin? So I have a bunch of books. Let's just dive into it, shall we? The first book I have is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. And we are buddy reading this book. There's quite a few of us. We are reading one chapter each day for however many weeks it's going to take us. I believe there's like 44 chapters in this book, so it will be about 6 weeks. So it's a slow read, but we like that. It's perfect. It will be finished sometime this year anyway. So I don't know much about this book, and the one thing I did know, or thought I knew, was that it was a science fiction book. And judging from our group chat, this seems to be a very emotional book, and we were only in week 1. I'm scared. I'm scared. Is this gonna make me cry for the next 6 weeks? Maybe. So, the Earth is dying. Darrow is a Red, a miner in the interior of Mars. His mission is to extract enough precious elements to one day tame the surface of the planet and allow humans to live on it. The Reds are humanity's last hope. So I've not read all of her books, but I do now own all of her books. Okay, so this is Paige Toon's new book, which was released this year. It's Someone I Used to Know, and it's gorgeous. It's purple. I mean, this cover has everything I need. It's the simplicity and the gorgeous colors, which is basically just purple, but there's some is it daisies? There's some flowers on here as well. I think there's daisies. Might not be. I'm not actually good with things. So, this one I've heard is also a very emotional read. Number one, because I remember Paige Toon when she posted just after she had finished the book, her teary eyes. And just knowing that, just starting from that point, yeah, is this gonna be one of those where it's not the happiest of endings, it's the sad endings, or is it that those endings where you just cry your eyes out because it's such a good book? I mean, Paige Toon has this, she has this thing. I don't know for certain because this is just my experience of the books I have actually read of hers. I have 2, 4, 6. I have a bunch of books. I have like 10 books at least, something of hers that I haven't read yet. But from the ones I have read, which are quite a few, her books either ends really happily, or it's that unexpected sad ending that you didn't want, but you kind of did want. So which ending will this one bring? So the quote from Lindsay Kelk says, "An absolute tearjerker, full of love for the family we're born into and the one we build along the way. This book will live in my heart for a long, long time." And then just by looking at the back, there's a then part and a now part. Yes, seems to be the same characters. So my guess is we are like thinking back and forth. Thinking back and forth? No, we are thinking back while still going in the present. Does that make sense? Oh, well. It probably makes sense in some way. This was a little £1 book. It's a children's book. Yes, I don't have the rest of the series. I don't have the rest of this book series. But I did get this one because it was a World Book Day book, and those tend to hang around for like a second and then they disappear. So I got it because it was a £1 book. Also, I kind of want to read these books. So There's a Wolf in Your Book by Tom Fletcher. And if you have been around for my previous videos, you might have heard me mention Tom Fletcher a few times. So this is a children's book, as you can see by the illustrations, which are adorable, by the way. It was the end of last year. I thought I had finished it, but when this year came around, it turned out I had not finished it. So I believe it was the first book I actually finished in 2021, because it's 2021 now. And now I have the next book, one of her next book, this author's next book, and it's The Switch by Beth O'Leary. Now, so I read The Flatshare, and I really enjoyed The Flatshare. I think that the little end part of the book wasn't quite necessary to the whole story, but all in all, I really enjoyed that book. I thought it was adorable, and the whole concept of they share a bed, but they don't actually meet until much later. They do meet, but not in the beginning. Just that concept was very intriguing. I mean, it was so weird, but it was intriguing. So I got The Switch, which, judging by the cover, I'm thinking someone switches apartments or houses. After blowing a big presentation at work, Lena takes a 2-month sabbatical and escapes to her grandmother Eileen's house for some overdue rest. Eileen is newly single and about to turn 80. Yeah. She'd like a second chance in love, but her tiny Yorkshire village doesn't offer many eligible gentlemen. After a life swap seems like the perfect solution. So I'm guessing here that Eileen and Lena changes flats or houses, and they change scenery from London to Yorkshire. Why not? Seems drastic, but I mean, I'm expecting this to be a cute rom-com, and I am definitely rooting for the 80-year-old Eileen. Yeah, come on, live your best life. Yes, we like that. It's another Carol Matthews book. This one is It's Now or Never. Two sisters, one important birthday. A year of taking chances. I guess. So I haven't actually finished a Carol Matthews book yet, but I do own quite a few of them, and I think most of them were given to me. Oh, okay, now I get why it's two sisters, one important birthday. They're twins. Annie and Lauren are twins, and Annie's husband seems to have gone fishing, and Lauren's lover is home with his wife and children. Well, off to a great start here. Yes, I do feel like you might need to take some new chances, maybe. Oh, and now it's time to go back to the sprint, because I get 2.5 minutes, and it takes me a lot longer to talk about books than 2.5 minutes, apparently. There you go. Moving on. So, if you've been following along, you may or may not know that I've been rereading really, Meg Cabot's The Mediator series, and well, the first 6 books anyway. But since those first came out, more books have come out. Yeah, so it's like, I'm guessing we can call it like companion novels or something. So we have The Proposal, which is a novella. I think this first came out as a ebook only, but physical copy we like. Well, I like. And we have Remembrance, which I feel like it's one of those 10 years later sort of things. So where I think, I mean, it's a bit of a spoiler going from this series, but this is The Proposal, and I do think this is the actual marriage. We shall see. I think I will feature them in some sort of, because I've been meaning to do this like the Mediator series review kind of a thing, and I do think that I'm gonna do those like a summarization of those books. They will probably be a bit spoilerish, I guess, because I kind of want to get them all in a way, but I will try to do it as spoiler free as I possibly can, and then after that finish up by reading these two, and I do believe that will be the end of that series, but we shall see. I do kind of miss those characters, even though I kind of technically just read those books, but I feel like a older version might be quite fun to return to. So I very recently read Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston for the summer readathon, and yeah, go find that reading vlog. It's my first reading vlog, please be kind. I did have a lot of fun doing it, so I do think I want to continue on doing those kinds of vlogs, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it more easily, let's say, because I think I put more pressure on myself to do it than I needed to. But anyway, procrastinating. I have One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. So in this one we follow, let's see what they are called. So in this one we follow, I believe, August and Jane, and one of them is stuck on the subway. Apparently, I think it's like in the 70s or something. But the other one of them has, I'm guessing it's August, has just met the love of her life, and the love of her life just seems to be stuck in the 70s subways. Not the station, but the actual subway train. Okay, so Jane is displaced in time from the 70s on this subway train, I'm guessing. And I do think that August is trying to do everything in her power to save this girl lost in time, and I'm very excited to try and I'm very excited to read this book, because I really enjoyed Red, White and Royal Blue, even though a lot of people had said that it wasn't as good as it wasn't as good as other people had said it was previously. And I do think I've heard some of that from this one as well. However, I really enjoyed Casey's writing. So if this book is anything to go by from the last book, then I do think I'm going to enjoy this book as well. And, you know, it's kind of time travel-y vibes to it, and I haven't read any kind of book in that sort of genre in a while, so yeah. Well, now I'm kind of lying, because the Kate and Clara's Curious Cornish Craft Shop was also kind of time travel-y. Oh my goodness. So, but I am excited to pick this up soon. Also, can we talk about this cover? I mean, adorable. As you may or may not know this as well, I have read the Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, and she has more books. Of course she has. So I've got the duology, that is Six of Crows and also Crooked Kingdom. So it's the same universe as Shadow and Bone, but there's supposed to be like 6 other characters we're following. But the Shadow and Bone series on Netflix is supposed to have these characters in them as well. I haven't actually seen the Netflix show, so I don't know for certain, but from what I know, from what I've heard, is that the Shadow and Bone series follows both the Shadow and Bone trilogy and the Six of Crows duology. Exactly what these are about, not sure. I think there's a heist. Since we just had the Six of Crows, let's just move on to the King of Scars duologies. Duologies? No, it's just one duology. So we have King of Scars, which is very shiny. And I also have Rule of Wolves, which I'm not quite fond of this part, because there are literally different sizes. So this one is so much bigger than all the rest of the Leigh Bardugo. So this one is literally bigger than all the other Leigh Bardugo books I own, but I mean, sure, why not? The font in it is quite a lot larger, and also it's very floppy paperback. We do like a very floppy paperback. So I don't know much about the King of Scars duology either, and I don't really want to read the blurb of it, because that would be kind of spoilerish for myself, I feel. However, I do know that the King of Scars duology is following Nikolai from the original Shadow and Bones, and I do feel like, and I do think it's one of the characters, it's either from Shadow and Bone or it's from the Six of Crows duology. We shall find out. Either way, chunky books, I'm here for it. Yes. Might be a reading vlog. Maybe. Maybe. So, more books I know nothing about, and also a chunky book. It is Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard, and it's a chunky hardback with large font, so that's fine. It's not as chunky as you think it is then. So what is this about? A squire, the survivor of a failed quest, an immortal, timeless and unfathomable. Don't know what this is about. Ooh, oh, look at this. It has maps. Yes. We do like some pretty end papers, don't we? Strange darkness is growing in the ward. Even Kurain and Amarat can feel it. I definitely did not pronounce any of those words right. Tucked away in his small town at the edge of the sea, fate knocks on a door in the form of a mythical mortal and a lethal assassin. Who can tell Kurain? I just moved the camera. Who can tell Kurain that she is the last of an ancient lineage with the power to save the world from destruction? So, one ring to save them all? No, that's not right. Shall we just swivel this around? I feel like something fell down. Something might have fallen down. Moving on from the fantastical world and back into the real world. Yes. So we have Bad Choices by Lucy Vine. So, like all the rest of the books, I don't know what this one is about either. But this is what I've heard. This is not so much a rom-com between two partners, but a rom-com between two friends. I mean, we do need some friend-love relationship plot lines every now and again, don't we? And I mean, Lucy Vine, her other books, and also from like seeing her live and from her Insta and all that, she's hilarious. So I have big hopes for this book. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've not hyped it up too much for myself. But yeah, I do have high hopes for this one. Yes. More books. Ow. And another author whom I really enjoy books of is Holly Bourne, and most of her books, or all of her books, they focus on this like mental health kind of plot line. They all focus on different things, and it can be anything from realizing your past relationship was kind of toxic, and to just trying to stay calm, trying to deal with anxiety and all that other mental health jazzy things that happens around the world to all the people around the world. We all suffer from some kind of, well, I don't want to say all, but most of us suffer from some kind of anxiety or mental health problems or disabilities or whatever you want to call them, really. However, this is not why we're here. This book is called The Yearbook by Holly Bourne. Do I know what this is about? No, but I'm guessing it features a yearbook in some form. I'm just great at the whole guessing thing. Don't we just love it? Oh, this is good. Grace is such an amazing person. Lie. Laura steals people's boyfriends. Lie. Paige is totally unlovable. Also a lie. Paige Vick is most likely to bring down the mean girls. Okay, I'm here for this. Very much a teen book, very much high school drama kind of a thing, and I am here for it. Yes. So, moving on to a slightly thinner book. This is a quick reads book. So, it's from this year's quick reads extravaganza. I don't know. They seem to release like either a bunch of different quick reads at the same time, or they come out like once a month. I'm not actually really sure how it works, but we do like a quick reads because they are usually about 100 pages or less, and they have a huge fonts. Yes. So this one is Saving the Day by Katie Ford. Now, I actually have a different Katie Ford book. I think I have like, yeah, I do. I have a full novella from Katie Ford, which I have not to read yet. Maybe I'll read this one first, just because it's a quick read. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to read this quite soon, because it's a quick read. It's very thin, meaning it'll be quick. It's in the name. And it will count as 1 on my Goodreads, girl. Yes. Slightly cheating, but who gives a toss? So, a book that more or less everyone must have at least seen, if not actually bought and read. I haven't read it yet, but I now own it. And it's The House of Earth and Blood, a Crescent City novel. Yes. By Sarah J. Maas. And can we talk about this? So this is a Waterstones exclusive. If it just means the sprayed edges or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, chunky book. We are here for it. Not quite yet though. I can't even remember, but the second book is about to come out, I think, this fall. Not too sure, but there you go. Slightly different again. Why not? So, just a couple more books left. We have, I'm pretty sure it's like the last, yes, this is the last rom-com book. Real life kind of book. It is 500 Miles from You by Jenny Colgan. Jenny Colgan is one of my all-time favorite authors. She just writes lovely books. I mean, I've read quite a few of her books, but I still have quite a few left to go. I don't know them all yet, but I'm working on it. Oh. Okay, so 3 months, 2 strangers, 1 love story. Ooh. Do the strangers fall in love? Ooh, another life-swapping book. Okay, so Lisa loves her job as a nurse, but recently she's been doing a better job of looking after other people than looking after herself. Overwhelmed after a traumatic incident at work, she agrees to swap lives with someone in a quiet village in Scotland. And this is a word I'm not going to be able to pronounce. This is a name I'm not going to be able to pronounce. Wait for it. Just out of the army, Cormac is desperately in need of distraction, and and there's precious little of it in Kirimfif. Maybe 3 months in London is just what he needs. So, another life swapping book. So, which one was the other one? The Switch. Maybe I should read them in like tandem or something. We shall see. But yeah, I do really enjoy Jenny Colgan's books, so I'm pretty sure I will like this one too. A book that's been going around a lot as well, and there's a lot of mixed feelings on it, seems. Ow! And there seem to be a lot of mixed feelings on this one as well, but I still want to read it. And it is Law by Alexandra Bracken. I've never read any of Alexandra Bracken's other books, but they have been on my to get list for so very long. One of these days I am going to get them, but I shall start with this one. So in this one, for every 7 years, for 1 week only, Zeus punishes gods and makes them mortal. Forced to walk the earth, they are savagely hunted by the descendants of ancient bloodlines who are eager to kill a god and seize their divine power and immortality. I mean, I do like the Greek gods, so this will be like modern times, old times, I don't know, but I do feel like this is a kind of book that's like up my alley, so to say. So we shall see what I like. I quite like the cover though as well. It's pretty cool. And another one that's a favorite of Instagram and I guess YouTube, BookTube as well. And it is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. So the first book in a heart-pounding YA fantasy series from debut author Tracy Deonn. So it's a series. So it's the first book in a series. I don't know how many books they are planning. I don't think that's been announced yet, but I don't know. So this one is supposedly some like Arthurian. Is that what it's called? So this one supposedly has like King Arthur, Merlin, Knights of the Round Table, some kind of, I guess it's supposed to be like a mix between that time and present time. We shall see. I've had mixed feelings about this one as well, and I think people said that it's not as much King Arthur-esque as they've been told is supposed to be. So we shall see. Either way, I really like the cover, and I mean, as well as Law, this feels like a book that's kind of up my alley. So, last 2 books. It's a duology. Pretty sure, I'm hoping. So, we have Replica and Ringer by Lauren Oliver. Now, these are special in the way that you read one side and then you read the other side, and both of them are like that. And then you just, because that was the wrong way, and then yeah, they're all very shiny. No idea what these are about either. However, this one was a pain in the ass to get a hold of. I had to like Google places, and then I actually found it in store somewhere. Nowhere near me, but near enough to a friend who was actually coming to see me. So I asked very nicely if she would be able to pick this up for me and, you know, bring it down when she was coming to visit anyway. And she did. She very kindly did. So now I have both books, and I think I'm gonna have to Google how to do this because this is confusing AF. But I do really enjoy these covers. Especially now since I have replica, because I have ordered this book 3 times at least, and it's either been cancelled or they've sent it away, but it's never actually turned up. But now I have them, so I don't care about that anymore. I really don't. Okay, I have 2 very large piles of books that we've just been through right next to me, and I'm just thinking about how am I doing the thumbnail for this video. I don't know. But yeah, this has been my birthday book haul part 2. I'm sorry that I, as usual, do not know anything about the books that I'm hauling, but I do want to keep it as spoiler-free for myself as well. So I don't really want to read the books blub. More or less whatever I've said, excepting for the little part of the blurb that I have read, is what I heard and remember from other people who's talked about these books. And most of the books no one has really talked about, so yeah. I do want to make these haul videos anyway. I mean, if only to just show a pretty cover and go like, ooh, look at this one, look at this one, that are in no way meant to be like boasting or anything. It's just, it is what it is. And I mean, a lot of people get like 70 books every month. I cannot afford that. I mean, so this is most likely going to be my last haul for a while. I mean, I might get the odd occasional one book every now and again, but I don't think I'm gonna get this amount of books in one sitting until like Christmas, because it just makes sense. But I will probably get a new book every once in a while, because yeah, I can't go out without picking up a new book. I cannot go to a place where you can buy books without actually buying a book. It would be like the wrong thing to do. Possibly. It's not. You can go into a bookstore and not buy any books. This has been my haul. What do you think? No. This has been my birthday book haul part 2. Have you read any of these books? Please tell me, are they readable? Are they not? I mean, I'll read them anyway. Even if you hate the book, I'll probably read the book anyway, if I find it looks interesting enough. That's just me in a nutshell. I have my Oliver, he's judging me. The live sprint is still going on. We have like 5 minutes left until this sprint has ended. It's taken me like 3 sprints to film this video, but I mean, it's been fun. The live video will probably be linked or saved somewhere. So if you would like to see me live filming this video, why not? And for anyone that was at the live during this filming of this video, I'm sorry. I mean, I could have shut the camera off. I'm just not like that, am I? No. So, thank you so much for watching. Do all the things you know what to do, because it does really help the channel grow and all that. Because that would be fun. Yeah, and I shall see you all in another video, hopefully quite soon. Take care. Oh, bye-bye.